your host for Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. I'm here to bring you the latest stories in news, sports, and weather to ensure you're well informed about the happenings in your neck of the woods. And to make things even more exciting, we have a special guest today, Miss Amy Lyon, to discuss the United Way and a 100K giveaway. Trust me, you won't want to miss what she's got to share with us. But before we jump into all this excitement, here's a quick message from our sponsor.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mr. Sippy Beverages. Mr. Sippy Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mr. Sippy Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mr. Sippy Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. In USM campus news, the annual International Waterborne High Solids and Power Coating Symposium, organized by the School of Polymer Science and Engineering at USM, unites professionals including coatings, formulators, chemists, managers, business owners, industrial suppliers, students, and educators. This event provides students with invaluable opportunities to network with professionals in the coating industry. It also allows them to gain insights into the latest research, technologies, and trends in paint and coatings. Additionally, students may have the chance to participate in discussions, presentations, and workshops, which can enhance their understanding and skills in this area of study. Overall, attending this symposium can broaden students' perspectives, foster connections, and potentially open doors to future career opportunities within the coatings industry. A wind quartet titled The City of Tomorrow will be performing on campus at Marsh Auditorium on Thursday, February 8th at 7:30 p.m. The City of Tomorrow is an experimental wind quartet pushing boundaries with their bold aesthetic and dedication to contemporary music. Their members, situated across New York, Boston, and Memphis, are sought-after specialists, curators, collaborators, and educators in the realm of new music. Also, members contribute their talents to renowned ensembles such as the Tesla Ensemble and International Contemporary Ensemble, further solidifying their impact and influence in the musical landscape. Coming out to hear the beautiful art of music. Celebrate Charles Darwin's birthday by starting your day with donuts, coffee, biological exhibits, and a photo opportunity with Mr. Darwin himself. Following this, join us for a keynote presentation by Dr. Seth Bordenstein titled Darwin's Blind Spot, the Microball Making of a Species. This afternoon will include more activities such as teaching workshops where registration is required and a delightful cake and ice cream social. The event will be held February 9th at 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at multiple locations, so check out the website usm.calendar for more information. In Hattiesburg news, Hattiesburg High School received an F rating from the Mississippi Department in Education. Today, it proudly holds an A rating. Principal Victor Hubbard highlighted that the initial transformation of the school's culture was pivotal for its success. We focus extensively on shifting the culture towards a mindset centered on learning and the significance of academic achievement. This emphasis wasn't limited to specific subjects, but intended comprehensively. Dr. Hubbard. Congrats, Hattiesburg High School. That's your news update from Southern Miss Today. Next, we'll have the latest in sports and weather. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mr. Sippy Beverages. Mr. Sippy Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mr. Sippy Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mr. Sippy Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Sponsorship comes from American Graphics. Located at 8 Commercial Warehouse Drive in Hattiesburg, American Graphics provides custom screen printing and embroidery. They can be reached by phone at 601-602-2277. And the website is goamericangraphics.com. American Graphics, printing at its finest.
Welcome back with our action-packed sports segment. Let's dive into the latest scores, highlights, and sports. Next Friday, on February 16th, USM's baseball team will be playing against Marist on 4 p.m. at Pete Taylor Park. The following days, they will play Marist again on February 17th at 6 p.m. and February 18th at 1 p.m. at the same location. We wish the baseball team the best of luck on their upcoming games. Southern Miss men's basketball coach Jay Ladner was hospitalized in Hattiesburg on Tuesday morning due to a heart-related medical emergency. During his absence, Ladner will be focusing on his recovery, prompting associate head coach Juwan Cardona to step in as a head coach. Southern Miss Director of Athletics Jeremy McLean expressed support for Ladner and his family, stating, "Our thoughts and prayers are with Jay and his family as he works towards a full recovery." McLean also assured continued support for the team during Ladner's absence. Players and staff have been informed of the situation, and we are preparing for an upcoming game against Old Dominion on Wednesday. We wish Mr. Ladner a speedy recovery. Head to southernmiss.com to keep up with all of our Golden Eagle sports activities. As for our weather today, it is currently 63 degrees, and it's a sunny day, which makes it feel even warmer. The high today is 68 with a low of 36. It's partly cloudy outside with low winds, but I would say to still have a light jacket on you if you go out anywhere. Up next, we have Mississippi Moments produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage. Check it out.
This is Mississippi Moments, produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage at the University of Southern Mississippi and supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. I'm Bill Ellison. As a civil rights activist, Dr. Gilbert Mason worked to improve health care for black Mississippians. He remembers Dr. Bob Smith, who led the Mississippi chapter of the Medical Committee for Civil Rights.
We organized, the civil rights movement, NAACP organized what's called the Medical Committee for Civil Rights. Bob Smith was the prime mover in Mississippi. And the Medical Committee for Civil Rights sent physicians throughout the South. And if you couldn't get medical care, say at your regular doctor's office, clinics were set up, and this medical committee attended you. I remember well, people were coming in, well, I haven't paid my rent. What should I do about this? My light bill, whatever. And this doctor was a urologist, and he was sitting back in my little extra room. And I said, well, it's been going on this way for I don't know how many months. He said, well, doctor, that's the way it ought to be, that you find time to be a servant of the people. So, as I say, I was a delegate for the next 3 years, I believe it was. And ironically, Dr. Bob Smith last year became the Mississippi State Medical Association Physician of the Year. He's been active in civil rights in the Jackson area.
To hear more, subscribe to the Mississippi Moments podcast or just like us on Facebook. Mississippi Moments is supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. The humanities are for everyone.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mr. Sippy Beverages. Mr. Sippy Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mr. Sippy Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mr. Sippy Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Research shows that audiences feel positively about businesses that underwrite programming on their community radio station. Research also shows that the audiences are likely to patronize businesses that support community radio programming. The audience also believes that businesses that support community radio care about their community. If you want to build this type of relationship with WUSM's audience, call us at 601-266-4287 to ask about sponsoring programming. It's more than just exposure, it's building a community relationship.
That was your Mississippi Moment for today. Coming up, we have the pleasure of hearing from Miss Amy Lyon. So stick with us while we hear a message from one of our sponsors. Golden Eagles! My name is Kennedy Drake, and I'm here with the Community Calendar, where we gather information from around campus and within the community near you in Hattiesburg. The Southern Miss Inspired Leader Series will have speaker Kimberly Fonten with Entergy to share what inspires her as a professional and leader. The event is February 8th from 9:30 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. in Sienna Hall, McDonald Auditorium. Come on out to get a better understanding of life as an accountant. On February 9th through 11th, Camp Camella is having a medieval fantasy, survivor, and horror-themed live-action role-play game. The game will last the entire weekend. Check out the ticket pricing on the website on screen. If you want to experience a weekend of fright and competition, this is the perfect activity. For people in the Mardi Gras spirit, a Moon Pie Fest will happen on February 10th at 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. It begins before the Mardi Gras parade with free corn dogs for the kids, games, and moon pies everywhere. The following week, USM is hosting a rally in support of fair pay at USM. It will begin Thursday, February 15th from 12:15 p.m. to 1 p.m. at the Shoemaker Square on the Hattiesburg campus. It aims to gain the attention of lawmakers and government leaders. All faculty, staff, graduate workers, and their supporters are encouraged to attend. If you have an event you would like for us to promote, send it to sm2news@usm.edu. This is just one way we thank our community for watching Southern Miss and supporting us here at Southern Miss Student Media Center. Visit our website at sm2media.com to keep up with all our news. Signing out, I'm Kennedy Drake, and this has been your Community Calendar. Stay blessed. Welcome back. We have a special guest with us today, here to give us an insight on the United Way and a 100K giveaway. Please give a warm Golden Eagle welcome to Miss Amy Lyon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. Excited to be here to talk about all this.
Well, first I'd like to ask, could you give me a little more about the United Way of Southeast Mississippi?
Sure. So what we do, we identify the most critical needs in our community, and we connect individuals and families with those resources that meet the needs that they have. And so our office here in Hattiesburg is just one of 1,800 United Ways across the whole world. And so ours here in Hattiesburg covers Forest, Lamar, Marion, and Perry counties.
Okay. What are some of the ways United Way impacts the community?
So we like to focus on three major areas in our community: education, health, and economic mobility. And so we know that when families' needs are met in those three areas, that they live pretty thriving lives. And so we like for those three areas and families to kind of, to all their needs in those areas to be met.
Do you have any history of the event?
Yeah, so the 100K Payday itself, it's over 20 years of this raffle, and so many people in the community look forward to it every year. It's looked forward to every year. Like I said, it's for sure our biggest fundraiser, and so proceeds from every ticket purchased go right back into our community to programs that we help fund and that we help serve to make sure families' needs are met. And so all those sales go back into there.
That's awesome to hear. Let's talk about the 100K giveaway. Is that a major fundraising event for the United Way of Southeast Mississippi?
It absolutely is. It is our biggest fundraiser. We're about halfway through our sales for this year, and so ticket sales end on March 3rd. So we invite anyone 21 years or older to buy a ticket. And like I said, all those proceeds go to our nonprofit partner agencies. And so, you're not just buying a chance to win $100,000. All the money that you give goes right back into the community. And so you can feel good about taking that chance. We also have a buy 3, get 1 free option. So that's kind of a little plug for that one.
How would you say someone could get involved and purchase a chance on the event?
Yep. So probably one of the easiest ways online, you can head to unitedwaypayday.org and you can purchase that way. You could also text payday to 91999, Or you could call our office at 601-545-7141 or come to our office, which is downtown right across from City Hall, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. We still have folks, that would rather purchase it in person, and so they'll come to our office and we set them up that way.
How long has the giveaway been going on?
Yeah, so over 20 years, and so the community looks forward to this every year. We have lots of purchasers who are optimistic, and they say this year is going to be my year. And so last year our winner was from Petal, so from the Pine Belt community as well, and it's open to anyone across the country. So we have folks from many states purchasing tickets, but we love it when one of our winners is from right here at home.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever had a winner that is a student at USM?
I don't know that we've had any students win. Again, you do have to be 21 years old or older to purchase. But I'm pretty sure that all of our most recent winners have been Pine Belt residents. And so that's been special because, they live in our communities. They see the value of United Way. And like I said, everyone feels good about purchasing a ticket, not just for a chance to win, but they know that it goes right back into the community. And so, anytime anyone gives to United Way, it stays in our community. So it's not like it's spread out through the whole country. Any funds that we raise here at our United Way stays here in the 4 counties that we serve in those areas of education, health, and economic mobility.
Awesome. Could you tell me more about the education, economic mobility, some more details about where it all goes?
Yeah, so we work with 13 nonprofit partner agencies that we help fund some of their programs. And so specifically in education, actually 2 of those are right here on campus, which is the DeBard School for Language Disorders, and then the Children's Center for Communication and Development. And so those are 2 of the agencies in education that we help fund. We also do some reading tutoring throughout local school districts. One of the things that we kind of put in our education umbrella is the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. That's the program for little ones from birth until they turn 5 that get a free book in the mail every month to their house. And so that's kind of some funds go there as well. And so the education world, there's one of the sponsors on here, the announcement in the news was Hattiesburg now having an A rating. And so it's because of community programs and, of course, the school district, but the community really placing value on education and saying, how can I help? Maybe I'm not a teacher, maybe I don't work at the school district, but what can I do to at least, help one child? And so programs like Boys and Girls Club exist. And so we have a reading tutoring program that we just started there as well. So we like to dabble in a little bit of everything education-wise and just see how we can help. Like I said earlier, our job at United Way is to know what needs exist in our community and to find those programs that meet those needs. And so that's kind of the education side. When we talk about economic mobility, it's kind of, some people have called it financial stability, but it's kind of that piece in how do we grow our livelihoods. And so it's not just about money, but, making smart decisions that put us and our families on paths that make us secure in what we do. And so Christian Services has a program called Thrive that they offer kind of a financial literacy course, and Habitat for Humanity is one of our nonprofit partners that we kind of fund in that area. So we like to kind of see the broad spectrum of needs in our community and find programs that are really, truly making an impact in that work and what they're doing.
They definitely are making an impact. It's in the news and everything. So I'd like to ask, what is your role in the United Way and how did you get involved?
Yeah, so my title is Director of Community Impact, and so I've used those words community impact quite a lot through the interview. And it's like I said, if I had to sum up my job in one word, it's I'm a connector. And so again, knowing what those needs in our community are and then knowing what resources exist, whether they're one of our 13 partner agencies or not, but getting folks at the table who are working on similar working in similar areas to really make change and impact in our community. And so I've actually, prior to coming to United Way, I would purchase a raffle ticket, but now that I'm employee, I can't. I get to be on this side of it, which is honestly even better. I always say it's the best job I've ever had in my life. It's just really rewarding, and you get to wear a lot of different hats. And so I've been with United Way for a little less than 2 years, but prior to that, I worked kind of in the community as well, and so I kind of came in with a lot of knowledge about the resources in our community, and that's really helped in this position to really connect agencies, connect people to make meaningful change in our community.
Is there any other positions like officers, and how would you say people could work their way up from being a volunteer into doing something that you do now?
So we're a pretty small staff. We're only a staff of 4. So there's me and 3 others. So we're small but mighty. We get a lot done. But yeah, volunteering is the best way to kind of get involved. And so one of the things that we have on our website, it's a volunteer tab, and you can browse any volunteer opportunity in our community. And that's not just with our partner agencies, but nonprofits all throughout our area can post what volunteer needs they have, and then you can see if that's something that interests you or fits with your schedule, that you can sign up for that volunteer opportunity that way. And so there's a lot that folks can do that don't have to work, for a nonprofit, but that still want to give back in a way that maybe not financially, but they want to give of their time. I mean, I say that time is sometimes more precious than money even. And so, there's a huge list of opportunities at any given time on that website, how people can get connected. And so I know USM is part of that as well, so students can get on that as well and pick volunteer opportunities that they either want or kind of have to do for certain classes. And so there's all types of volunteer opportunities listed there.
Do you have any future goals for United Way, something new that you want to happen?
One of the newer things I say that we're working on is, we're pretty well known in Hattiesburg, kind of in Forest and Lamar County. And the other 2 counties that I mentioned that we serve are Marion and Perry counties. Mm-hmm. And they're, much different in many ways than Forest and Lamar. It's the population's lower, poverty levels higher in those areas, and there just aren't as many resources in those areas, but we technically serve those 2 counties too. So one of the things we started last year was a Marion County advisory group, and so we kind of got the resources that do exist in Marion County all around the table to kind of ask them, what needs does your community have? How can we as United Way help to, it's like our name, we're united. It's uniting the community and putting things together in an efficient and effective way to make change. So all that to say that we'd love to have more of a presence in Marion and Perry counties and helping out the communities over there.
What would you say is your favorite thing that United Way has done?
There's so many. There's so many. One of our upcoming events is the Hattiesburg Half Marathon, and so we have a part in planning that race, and it also serves as a fundraiser for our community. And so there are 8 different nonprofits that kind of each have a mile, and so they have runners signing up to raise money for their nonprofit. So I know Children's Center and DuBard, they're 2 of those agencies, and so it's neat to see a race happening, not just for a race's sake, for runners to come run it, but that it's giving back to the community, and it's bringing awareness to nonprofits in general. United Way, the Pine Belt Foundation, is the other organization that's helping plan and put that together, and so it's a race that's not just a race, and I think that's pretty cool. That's one of the neater things that we've been working on in the last several years.
How long has the marathon been going on exactly?
Yes, so I think it's been 4 or 5 years with the current planners. Prior to that, it was through Hattiesburg Clinic, and so like I said, 4 or 5 years ago is when Pine Belt Foundation and United Way kind of got together, and the city of Hattiesburg, of course, to help plan that event and make it kind of that benefiting multiple partner type event.
What would you say is a way that it's evolved to becoming even greater and supporting even more people in time?
The race itself, or United Way, or just either?
Either. Mm-hmm.
I think that, and one of the things we work on too is really helping people understand what United Way is, because it's almost something that's so big and broad that everyone's heard of it, but they don't really always understand what we do. And so that's kind of one of the things that we've been working on in the last several years as well, is really showing the community that that we're a connector, and that we can make change happen in our communities, that it's possible. Like I said, focusing on those three areas, the education, health, and economic mobility, and working with nonprofits that are the ones on the ground doing that work every day, working with, children with developmental and speech disorders, providing meals to folks that can't afford it, helping adults and children escape abusive situations. So Kids Hub, Domestic Abuse Family Shelter, and Schaefer Center are three that help do that. And so kind of they're the one on the ground doing the work every single day. But at United Way, we get to take kind of a broader perspective, like a higher up view of everything that's happening in the community, and say, hey, we have this need, but no one's meeting it. What can we do to help solve this? And that's been really neat.
Yes, this is awesome, and I think the students are definitely going to want to partake in this, especially since it's helping so many people that need it. I want to thank you again so much for coming here today, and students, please feel free to volunteer for United Way. Coming up, we've got a news wrap. Thank you for listening to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Thanks for our audio engineer, Justin Ware, and our live stream producer, Cullen Rogers, for keeping this bird flying. Big shout out to our assistant producer, Anna Lee Johnson, executive producer, Ohari Adia, program director, Shania Williams, and our general manager, Dr. Martin. That wraps up our show for Southern Miss Today. Thank you for tuning in, and remember, soar high to the sky and fly, eagle fly. I'm Kennedy Drake, your host, signing off for now.
Sponsorship comes from Southern Beverage, your local Michelob Ultra distributor. Michelob Ultra has significantly fewer carbs and calories per serving if you are watching those in your diet. You can reach Southern Beverage by phone at 601-268-9111, or you can find them on the internet at southernbeverage.com. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri, and Southern Beverage ask you to please drink responsibly.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.